Today, we're going to talk about a common kitchen herb, one you might even have in your spice rack right now, and we're going to uncover its seriously impressive clinical credentials.
You know the feeling. It's 3 a.m. You wake up suddenly and you're just drenched. The sheets are damp, your heart is racing. It feels like a furnace just ignited inside you.
Or how about this? You're in the middle of a sentence, you know exactly what you want to say, and the word is just gone. It's right on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't grab it. The connection just feels broken. And then there's the mood that just turns on a dime. One minute you're fine, everything's calm. The next, this wave of irritation or anxiety washes over you, and you have no idea why. It's like you're not fully in control.
Well, listen, these things are not random. They are all symptoms of a huge biological shift. See, during menopause, your estrogen levels declined, and that messes with your brain's internal thermostat, the hypothalamus. And that is what's behind those sudden heat waves. So what about that memory lapse, that brain fog? For way too long, people have just brushed it off. But is it really all in your head? Absolutely not. And you need to hear this. Menopausal brain fog is a physiological event. It is a real physical thing. It happens when hormonal changes disrupt the chemical messengers in your nervous system. It is not, and I repeat, not a psychological issue. Okay, so what actually helps? Well, let's turn to an ancient herb that, believe it or not, is probably sitting in your kitchen, sage. But this is so much more than just a seasoning. Inside these leaves is basically a complex and powerful natural pharmacy. What's so amazing is what's packed inside just a single sage leaf. We're talking about a whole host of active compounds. Things like alpha and beta-thujone, camphor, powerful antioxidants like rosmarinic acid. It's this whole symphony of molecules, and each one has a specific job to do. And look, this isn't just folklore or old wives' tales. The effects of sage are so well studied that it has official recognition from some of the strictest health authorities in the world. And this is the part that really matters. The European Medicines Agency, the EMA, has given sage what's called well-established use status, specifically for excessive sweating. Now, that is a very, very high bar to clear. And as you can see, other groups like ESCOP and Commission E back it up for things like cognitive support too. And here's where it gets really interesting for that brain fog. Peer-reviewed clinical trials, the gold standard, found that sage can actually improve immediate word recall. So that feeling of a word being lost on your tongue? This research shows that modern science is finally catching up to what traditional herbalism has known for centuries. All right, so you've heard the evidence, but how do you actually use it? Because knowing what it does is one thing, but knowing how to use it safely and effectively, well, that's everything. And with sage, you have to be precise. Okay, let's get specific. The official therapeutic dose for 1 cup of sage tea is between 1.5 and 3 grams of the dried leaf. And you're going to want to prepare that with about 150 milliliters of boiling water, which is basically a standard teacup. That specific ratio is what makes sure you're getting the right concentration of all those helpful compounds. Now, this part is absolutely critical. The European Medicines Agency has set a strict maximum daily dose, 4.5 grams total, in a 24-hour period. You really do not want to go over this limit. So here's the step-by-step. You measure out your dried leaf, pour the boiling water over it, and then, this is important, you cover the cup. Let it steep for 5 to 10 minutes. Covering it is key because it traps all those beneficial volatile oils that would otherwise just escape with the steam. After that, just strain it and it's ready to drink. But hey, what if you're not a big tea drinker? No problem. There are other ways to do this. You can actually work these herbs into your food in a really delicious therapeutic way, like with this traditional Mediterranean broth. For this, you combine sage with its amazing cousins, rosemary and thyme, which have their own great benefits for mood and focus. You just gently simmer the herbs in some vegetable stock, and you get this incredibly warm, comforting, and nutrient-packed drink. And don't worry, the amounts here are totally within safe culinary levels. Okay, we really need to focus now because this is probably the most important part of this whole explainer. Using sage the right way can be incredibly helpful, but using it the wrong way can be seriously dangerous. So let's go through the absolute must-knows. Let's make this super clear. Safe use means the dried leaf tea we just talked about, usually for short-term periods, like 2 weeks. Unsafe use, first off, never take the essential oil internally. It's way, way too concentrated. Also, no long-term high doses, and you have to avoid it completely if you're pregnant or breastfeeding.
And here is the biggest warning of all. Sage is completely contraindicated for anyone with epilepsy. That compound we mentioned, thujone, at high doses, it's neurotoxic and can actually lower the seizure threshold, which could trigger a seizure. This is a non-negotiable safety warning straight from the EMA. Please take it seriously. And one last thing, just to set your expectations right. While you might feel some of the cognitive benefits fairly quickly, the effect on hot flushes takes time to build up. You'll need to use it consistently, every day, for several weeks to really notice a difference. It's definitely not an overnight fix.
Now, if you want to go even deeper on all of this, a chartered scientist has put the entire protocol together for you. You can find that book over at NatraMed.co.
And for a limited time, just as a thank you for joining us today, if you comment the word calm below, we will send you a copy of the Herbal Wellness Protocol, which is worth £35 completely free. Thank you so much for being here. If you found this helpful, a like and subscribe would mean the world, and we'll see you in the next one.